The WNBA is becoming an increasingly contentious topic. Imagine that on one side we have Cheryl Swoops, a live WNBA superstar, three-time MVP, and symbol of the sport. On the other, we have Caitlin Clark, the rookie wonder shattering records and leading the Indiana Fever to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. What could possibly go wrong? From a recent appearance on Gil's Arena podcast, it appears Swoops isn't too fond of Clark. Bombshell drop by Swoops. She claims that despite her outstanding stats, Caitlin Clark isn't ruling the league. It seemed as though she doused every one of Clark's admirers with frigid water. So is Swoops correct, or are we seeing the WNBA usher in a new era? One that Swoops could be struggling to identify? We're going to dissect that today, so subscribe to the channel immediately. Delving further into this dispute that is causing many to disagree and wonder what it truly means to be the best in the current WNBA. Caitlin Clark's figures are just incredible. Let's start by examining them. Clark is blowing everyone away in her debut campaign, averaging 19.5 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game. But there's still more. With an incredible 329 assists this season, she has not only surpassed the WNBA single-season assist record, but also leads the league in assists. In WNBA history, Clark became the first rookie to record not one, but two pairs of triplets. In addition, she has the most double-doubles in a season of any point guard. In terms of effectiveness, Clark shoots 90.4% from the free throw line, 41.7% from the field, and 34.1% from 3 points out. That level of accuracy would make many league veterans jealous. The effect Clark is having on the Indiana Fever, however, is what's most remarkable. Having a depressing 1-6 record at the beginning of the season, the team changed the situation and earned a postseason berth. Not only is Clark playing well, but she's raising the bar for the whole squad. She creates one of the most deadly guard duos in the league with Kelsey Mitchell. Only one WNBA team, the Fever, has two players ranked in the top 8 scorers. To gain a better understanding of this controversy, let us now examine the career of Cheryl Swoop. The three-time Swoop has earned the league MVP award are in 2000, 2002, and 2005. During those MVP years. Her points per game numbers, which ranged from 18.5 to 20.7, were remarkable. In 324 games across her career, Swoop averaged 15 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 3.2 assists. This is the important bit, though. These are Swoop's overall career statistics. Clark's first season numbers are on par with or perhaps higher. Naturally, it's critical to keep in mind that the game has changed since Swoop's day. The WNBA of today is not the same as the WNBA of the past. Does that, however, make Clark's work any less remarkable? Let's go to the core of the issue now. What does winning in the WNBA actually mean? It appears that Swoops is applying a very strict criterion when she claims that Clark isn't leading the league. Swoops stated, A'ja Wilson is the only player I would say is dominating the WNBA right now. In her own words on Gil's Arena podcast, it is accurate. This is A'ja Wilson's best season yet. She is leading the rebounding statistics and broke the single-season scoring record. Does that imply, therefore, that there can only be one strong player at a time? Let's consider the potential impact of her domination in basketball. Outstanding individual results. Look for Clark. Substantial effect on team victories. Clark gets another check. Smashing previous records. That's what Clark is also doing. Altering the strategy of the rival, teams are undoubtedly changing their tactics in response to Clark. What then is absent? To be honest, I'm not sure what Caitlin needs to do to convince Swoop to reconsider. Now, however, let's discuss a topic that cannot be disregarded. The Indiana Fever has greatly benefited from Caitlin Clark. Because people, when we say that she completely changed this team, we mean it. Do you recall how the season began with the Fever? With a record of 1-6, it was a terrible start. Several individuals had already written the team off, believing it would suffer setbacks for another year, but then an incredible occurrence occurred. Clark did more than simply adjust to WNBA play. She raised the bar for the whole crew. The Fever genuinely changed the course of the game. It was their first campaign with more than 50% victory since 2016. They concluded the regular season with a winning record. Above all, they managed to earn a playoff berth, an accomplishment not achieved in the previous 7 arduous years. Clark also displayed remarkable maturity on the floor. Not only does she score, but she also gives her teammates chances. Her rapport with Nalisa Smith and Aaliyah Boston is palpable, and it's giving the Fever the appearance of a brand new group. And this is the cherry on top. Clark is a novice at all of this. As the team develops around her and she gets more experience, just think of the potential this team has in the years to come. It's surprising to see that there is much more to this topic than simply Swoops and Clark, so let's now examine how the rest of the WNBA community is responding to it. First of all, it's crucial to remember that many fans and experts took issue with Swoop's words. Social media users were quick to defend Clark and cast doubt on Swoop's place. Many contend that rather than coming from an unbiased evaluation of Clark's game, Swoops appears to be motivated more by a resistance to change. It's interesting to note that Clark has received more praise from other WNBA greats. For instance, former athlete and current ESPN analyst Rebecca Lobo has been a major supporter of Clark. Do you recall that February tweet from Lobo? She anticipated that she would have MVP caliber rookie performance if Clark joined the Fever. Evidently, Lobo was correct. Is it not? In addition, Clark has garnered the respect of current league players. Aja Wilson, whom Swoops now views as the lone dominant player, has given Clark a lot of respect on multiple occasions, acknowledging the impact the youngster is making on the league. It's not all positive, though. While appreciating Clark's potential, some league veterans contend that she still needs to demonstrate her consistency over an extended period of time. It's a convincing case. One season does not, after all, make a career. The intriguing aspect of this circumstance is how it's sparking a wider discussion on the WNBA's development. There is a difference in opinion among those who support Clark's new play style, both those who prefer the more conventional game and her long-range shots and amazing passes. Furthermore, the problem of media attention, the elephant in the room, cannot be disregarded. While some contend that Clark is getting more attention than her achievements warrant, others assert that she is giving the league much-needed publicity. Following our analysis of the situation. Now let's consider the future. In the upcoming years, what can we anticipate from Caitlin Clark? Depending on who you ask, will she still be in charge or not? Let's start by acknowledging that Clark is only starting her WNBA career. Imagine her potential in 2, 3, or 5 years if she's already accomplishing all of this as a rookie. It's thrilling to consider what she could accomplish with further training and growth. Numerous experts forecast that Clark will not only stay at her current level, but keep getting better. Her repertoire is already extensive. She has excellent distribution and scoring skills. We should expect to see gains in defensive and shooting efficiency as she continues to adjust to the WNBA's fast-paced style of play. Clark is undoubtedly the focal point around which the Indiana Fever are constructing the future of the team. Under her leadership, the Fever could challenge for the championship in the upcoming years, particularly if they can hold on to and develop players like Lexi Hall and Aaliyah Boston. Swoops appears to be supporting a more conventional interpretation of the game with her remarks, one that emphasizes effect on both sides of the court and consistency over time. Conversely, Clark Watch represents a new way of playing the game, emphasizing long-range shooting, spectacular plays, and a way of playing more appropriate for the age of social media and viral clips. This is the query that's on everyone's mind, though. Does Clark's success lessen Swoops' legacy in any way, or does Clark's success lessen the significance of Swoops' achievements? In actuality, we are not required to take sides. Swoops leaves an unbreakable legacy. For players like Clark to succeed today, she cleared the path. Nor does Clark's accomplishment lessen Swoops'. Conversely, it demonstrates how the game that Swoops helped create is still growing and changing. But this tension compels us to address more significant issues with the game. How can we reconcile our love for the future with our respect for the past? In an ever-changing sport, how do we define greatness? And maybe most importantly, what does this controversy tell us about the WNBA's current situation? Is this a turning point in the history of the league where the baton is being passed down from one generation to the next? Whether you root for Swoops or Clark, one thing is for sure, both players have had and continue to have a revolutionary influence on women's basketball. Isn't that ultimately the main purpose of sports? We would like to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with Swoops that Clark isn't leading the league, or do you think Clark is changing the definition of dominance in the contemporary WNBA? Post a comment here, express your thoughts, share a narrative, and engage in civil debate. After all, the excitement of athletics stems from discussions like this. Please remember to hit the like button on the video if you like this in-depth look into the WNBA. It greatly aids in the channel's growth and enables us to keep providing you with high-quality women's basketball content. What are you waiting for if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet? Now click the subscribe button. In this manner, you'll never miss any videos featuring the WNBA's biggest names and most captivating tales. In the following video, I'll see you.